As a skilled worker who wishes to migrate to the UK, it's one thing securing a job successfully, applying for a visa, being granted the visa, and another thing altogether, entering successfully into the UK. So the last thing you want is to go through all the hassle of going through a job interview, being granted a job, going through all the visa application, paying all of that money, buying your flight ticket, only to get to the UK airport and you are not allowed entry. We've heard stories of people being detained in the airport for several hours, and some have even been deported back to their countries. Because of the recent immigration updates regarding health and care visa, skilled worker visa, the UK government is putting a lot of measures in place to cut down on net migration. Because of that, the custom officers at the UK airport are also very vigilant nowadays. They are asking a series of questions that you need to be aware of even before you actually get on the flight and then get into the UK. So if you've secured a job as a skilled worker and you are yet to migrate to the UK, pay particular attention to this video, as I'm going to discuss with you the questions that the immigration officers are currently asking, and also I'll give you the answers and how you can confidently answer these questions so that you do not go through any stress at the airport, enter UK successfully, and start your job as a skilled worker in the UK. Hello guys, I hope you're all doing great. I'm so excited to come your way again today with this exciting video. So I always like to share useful information that will enable you successfully migrate to the UK. Today we are going to discuss some of the questions that the immigration and customs officers at the UK airport are actually asking skilled workers. Before you're allowed entry into the UK, you have to pass through that customs and immigration. That is where they ask you a series of questions about the purpose of you coming into the UK. If you've not been to the UK before, or if you've not entered any other country before, obviously it's normal for you to feel a bit nervous when you are asked questions. So most people have actually fumbled just because they've been asked simple questions that they were not confident enough to answer, and because of that, people have been denied entry into the UK, or some people have been delayed and stressed up several hours in the UK. So irrespective of the airport that you arrive through to enter UK, you are most likely to encounter some of these questions at the airport. The first question that you will be asked: can I have your passport? So what I would advise that you keep all your documents together in a file, so that the moment you are asked, can I see your passport, you just hand it over to them. In order to confirm the details in your passport, just to be sure it's the right person, they might ask you to confirm your name, and make sure you mention the name as it's written in your passport. Do not include any other names that is not in your passport. Do not include any other middle names or traditional names that is not stated in the passport. Otherwise, they might begin to question if you are really the owner of this passport. So just make it simple and short. So if you hand over your passport to them, the next question they would ask: why are you in the UK, or what is the purpose of your entering into the UK? This is the most important question, because if you are coming as a skilled worker, obviously they want to know why you are coming in. So it's up to you to tell them the reason why you are coming into the UK, because they want to know that honestly you know why you're coming into the UK. They want to know that you're coming for the right reason. So you can answer this question by saying, so for instance, if you are coming as a skilled worker, as a healthcare assistant, you've secured a job with this company. So you can answer this question simply by saying, I've secured a job with this care company and I'm coming to resume my position as a healthcare assistant. Simple and short. Do not add other information that was not needed. If you give them answers that they did not request for, it might lead you to be asked further questions. And the next question you might be asked is, where will you be working, or what is the name of the company? So you just keep it simple and short, as I mentioned before. So you can simply say, the name of my company is Jones Healthcare and they are located in Manchester. Simple. Most importantly, if you are coming to work for this company, they would want to know that you've got arrangements made regarding where you're going to stay. They don't want an issue whereby you come and then get stranded. So they would definitely want to know if you've got that plan in place. So you can just tell them the address of where you'll be staying. So if you've already made any arrangements, with family members or with friends, or if you've secured accommodation or temporary accommodation online, just mention the name of the address. If you've got the address in your mind, you can just simply say, I'm going to stay in number 21 Wood Street, Manchester. Simple. Or if you think you cannot memorize it, you can just print it out and on a sheet of paper, and then you just hand it over to them. If you're coming to work, definitely they would want to know how you secure the job. We all know what's going on about COS, about people paying money to secure certificates of sponsorship jobs. I don't even want to go there because I believe you all know what's going on. So now they are already aware. So they want to know if you genuinely apply for the job. So the next question they will be asking you is, how did you secure this job, or how did you get this job? So there are people who actually paid monies to agencies to help them secure the job, which is fine. But so if you're asked this question, how did you secure the job? You don't need to tell them that the agency applied for the job for me. No, you are the skilled worker. You have the job experience. So how come an agency will apply for a job for you when you don't know nothing about it? No, even if an agency or somebody helped you in the entire process, please do not just say that this person or this agency did the job application for me. So if they ask you this question, I secured a job through an online application. I went through a job interview. I successfully passed the interview and I received a job offer from Jones Healthcare. You can also mention that you submitted your CV and your cover letter as part of the application process. They can also ask, how long have you been a healthcare assistant, or how long have you been a nurse, or whatever profession that you are applying to come to work in. The reason why they will ask this question is to know if you have the experience for this job that you said you're coming to do in the UK. Obviously, they want skilled workers, so they want people with the skills, the experience. So the number of years that you've practiced back home, you just have to let them know. You can simply say, I completed my healthcare training in 2020. Since then, I've worked as a nurse, as a healthcare assistant for 3 years. Simple. They ask how long. So what they want is the number of years or months. They could ask you, do you have any experience in healthcare? So as a skilled worker, they would want to know that you have the experience. So if you ask this question at the airport, do you not say no? Because if you don't have the experience, then how did you even get the job in the first place? You have to confidently look in their eyes and say, yes, I have over 3 years experience since I qualified as a healthcare assistant or as a nurse. I'm very passionate about my job, and I believe that the skills and the experience that I've acquired will enable me to perform my roles and responsibilities in my new role here in the UK. The next question they might ask is, where will you collect your BRP? When you're applying for the visa, you have to put a UK address. So you would have to collect your BRP from the post office nearer or closer to the address that you'll be staying. If you cannot memorize this address, have it written down securely somewhere, so that if they ask you, where would you collect your BRP, you just mention the address of the post office where you'll be collecting your BRP from. The next question is about certificate of sponsorship. The job offer and the certificate of sponsorship, they go hand in hand. So they might ask you, where is your certificate of sponsorship? So this certificate of sponsorship is a very, very important document that you can't do without as a skilled worker who wants to migrate to the UK. The certificate of sponsorship, or the COS, will have your personal details. It will have the details of your company, their sponsor license number, a brief description of your roles and responsibilities, your annual salary. So you just have to have it in hand, in the file. And do not keep those documents in your main luggage. So that COS, which is an important document, it should be kept with your passport close with you in your hand luggage. So the moment they ask of your certificate of sponsorship, you just hand it over to them, because that will actually prove to them that indeed you have a job here, you have an employer that you're going to be working for, so that you not be an illegal immigrant over here in the UK. As a skilled worker, you could be coming with your partner, your spouse, you could be coming alone, and then later your dependents will join you. If you're coming together as a couple, the questions that they could ask is, how long have you been married? They want to verify if you guys are really, really married. So if they ask you, how long have you been married? The woman is saying you've been married for 5 years, and the man is saying you've been married for 2 years. How sure would they be that you guys are truly married? If you don't want to be caught up in that trap, please, if you are truly, truly married, please just practice these questions even before you come in, so that if they ask you these questions separately, at least your answers will be the same. Because if your answers are not matching, then they will suspect that there's something wrong somewhere, and this will raise eyebrows, and they will detain you and start asking questions upon questions. Make sure you also have a marriage certificate, as a proof that in fact you guys are really married. Just make sure you've got all your facts correct, and then you just pass through successfully and go your way. If this video has been helpful, please don't forget to share this with others. Like this video, and also Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.